Hi there. Welcome to the Game Changing Practices of Extraordinary Teams video series. I'm Nicole Bendaly, President of Connect, and in this video, we'll be focusing on how you can create a highly cohesive team. You know, one of the characteristics of a high performance team is that they are highly cohesive. And by cohesive, I mean your team members are pulling together in the same direction towards a common goal. In order for a team to be cohesive, there must be agreement and understanding of where the team is going and how the team is going to get there. And unless there is agreement on both of those things, your team members will be pulling in different directions, wasting time and energy on tasks and interactions and processes that won't lead them directly to their goal. And so exceptional teams, exceptional leaders are fanatically focused on where they're going, so fanatically focused on success and fanatically focused on how they are going to get there. And to underscore this, to lay the foundation of how important knowing where you're going and how you're going to get there is, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite stories. And it's a story that I share with leaders that I coach and teams that I work with all over, no matter how well performing or how much they're struggling. And it's an old Cherokee parable about an old man teaching his grandson about life. And I'm going to read it so that I don't mess it up, because I tend to mess up the punchlines of jokes and stuff. So I'm going to read it to you. And like I said, it's an old Cherokee parable. So there are two wolves fighting ferociously inside me, he said to the boy. One wolf is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego, said the grandfather. Well, the boy looked curious and asked, well, grandfather, who is the other wolf? Oh, the old man replied, the other wolf is very different. He is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, and all other good things, replied the grandfather. Well, now the boy looked curious and asked, well, grandfather, do I have wolves living inside me? Oh, yes, you and every living person, replied the grandfather. Well, now the boy looked worried and asked, well, grandfather, which wolf will win? And the old man replied, the one you feed. In every organization, in every team, there are wolves living within. Not wolves of good and evil, but wolves of success and failure. And there's often a third wolf lurking within your halls, within your teams. And that's the wolf of mediocrity or complacency. And we feed these wolves with the little things we do every day, the little actions we take, the decisions we make, all feed the wolves. And the best leaders, the best teams consciously choose to demonstrate the behaviors and practices that will feed the wolf of success and starve the wolves of complacency and failure. And the most dangerous wolf is not the wolf of failure, it's the wolf of complacency and mediocrity, because mediocrity sets in over time. And pretty soon, one day, you look around and your team is not engaged. They're not stepping up and being proactive and giving their very best. The leaders around you, and even yourself maybe, are letting the seemingly little things go, which all add up to a big impact on results and performance. And so the best leaders, the best teams, keep a close eye on which wolf they're feeding and consciously choose to feed the wolf of success at all times. And when they do feed the wolf of failure and they make a mistake, they learn from it. And that in and of itself feeds the wolf of success. Now, in order to consciously choose to feed the wolf of success and be fanatically focused on that, your team first needs to know and come to agreement on what success looks like. What are we working towards at the end of the day? And what are the priorities and behaviors and practices that are most critical that we all must agree to demonstrate and commit to that will lead us to success? And so I have a question for you, and take notice as to how long it will take you to answer this question. How does your team define success? What does success look like for your team? I don't want you to answer what the vision is for your organization. What's the vision for your team? Because if you don't know that, you can bet that your team members don't know that. And if they don't know that, they're pulling in different directions and likely have different priorities. And not only that, when team members aren't connected to a goal, to a purpose, they will be less engaged and less willing to give their all, less motivated. And so your first task as a leader in this Game-Changing Practices series is to go ahead and download your first activity to help you and your team get fanatically focused on where you're going so that you can all be clear and committed to a common goal. And once you're connected to that, you can come together on how you're going to achieve it. So go ahead, get started, because sitting here and just listening to this video isn't going to make change happen for you. So go ahead and download your activity, your tool, and go ahead and get started. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much and have a great day.